Hi everyone, and welcome to Stay Strong Online. My name is Krista, and I'm going to be taking you through a little bit of movement of the head, the neck, the shoulders, the wrists, the hands, and then the ribs and the torso. So there's a lot of rolling, there's a lot of rotations, but it is all seated. So wherever you feel comfortable, whether you want to come down to a mat, the floor, you want to sit on a chair in the kitchen, or you want to sit on the edge of your bed, it is all good because everything that we're doing is more upper body focused anyway, and we're focusing on stretching and getting movement in those joints. So we're going to start off. I'm going to just have a seat here in a cross-legged position. I encourage you to change your position if you do start to feel uncomfortable. I will probably do the same. So we're just going to start off with some head nods. So we're starting at the neck and the head here. We're going to look straight ahead, and then we're going to just gently tuck the chin or take your eye gaze down towards your cheeks. And then you're going to take your eye gaze back up straight ahead. Take that eye gaze down towards the cheeks, and your head will just gently tuck down towards the floor. Take that gaze back up towards the horizon and look back down towards your cheeks. Maybe let your head get a little bit heavy here, but still controlled. Bringing that chin gently towards the chest and looking back up. Let's go for 10 repetitions of these. So take your pace and your range of motion and just nod that chin, looking down at the cheeks, and then looking back up. I'm going to do 5 more here. 5, and up, and 4, and up, and 3. Feeling more length in the back of the neck versus a shortening in the front of the throat. It's also really nice for the front of the throat here. We're just softening the tissues. And my Pilates brain thinks that there's one more. So after the head nods, we're going to just do gentle rotation. So that's looking right and left like you're checking your blind spot in the car. So you're just looking over your right shoulder and then taking a peek over the left. I want you to keep the lower body, so the shoulders, I want them to stay nice and relaxed as you just move side to side, nice and easy. I don't want you to force that range of motion. And I also want you to be mindful, if you notice that the torso is turning with you, then just take a little bit less range of motion, just going right and left. And as you get warmed up here, maybe you're going to notice you can go a little bit further each time. And maybe you're noticing that you're a little bit tight on one side more than the other. Maybe you have less range of motion on one side more than the other. All things that can be worked on in time. And left. And let's just do one more. Right and left. Wonderful. Now we're going to do circles. I like to think of it as a circle with the nose. So you're looking straight ahead and you're drawing a circle with the tip of your nose. So if you had a pencil on it, you're drawing something on the other side of the room. So we're going to do small ranges of motion in one direction. So if you were, another way to think about it is looking in the mirror. I'll do 5 in one direction and 5 in the other as I chat on here. Then I like to think of it as you're tracing the outline of your face. And so it's small, you're not whipping the head around. I think there's a bonus one here for 5. And then we're going to go the other way. So small range of motion, just thinking about those smaller muscle groups that support the head, on the neck, on the spine, on the spine. Much better terminology coming from a massage therapist. And let's go around one more time with a bonus. Well done. Little side bending here as well as I itch my nose. So we're going to bring the ear to the shoulder, not the shoulder to the ear to shoulder, nice and relaxed through the upper body. If you want a little bit more and you have the range of motion, take the right hand, very gently place the weight of the hand and the arm on the other side of your head here, and that'll gently start to pull towards your shoulder. You don't have that range of motion? No problemo. You're still going to feel a nice stretch here. Your other option is to take the opposite hand, tuck that underneath your bum, give it a little stability, straighten the arm, and then keep that head over to the side, so that ear to shoulder. Remember, not shoulder to ear. And whenever you find that position, let's take 3 deep breaths. Just letting that tissue release. And one more. And out. Good. I'm going to try that on the other side. So my left ear is dropping over to my left shoulder. And remember, you can add a little bit more of a stretch by adding just like the weight. Don't pull on it. A little bit of weight from the hand. And or you can take this hand underneath the bum, secure it down, straight arm, and then let this head continue to fall to the side. So taking your 3 deep breaths in and out. And out. Just keep checking on those shoulders, pulling them away from the ears. Last one in and out. Great. Moving on to the shoulders. Very gentle. You can keep the hands in the lap. I'm going to change the position of my legs. Always a good idea to do that. It's also a great idea if you can get down on the floor to sit on the floor as often as you can. We don't do this enough. So we're just going to roll the shoulders back. And we're getting a lot of benefit just by doing this, whatever your range of motion is. We're loosening up the joint. We're mobilizing tissues and fascia, giving it a little bit of stretch, lubricating the joint, and we're also just starting to wake up those lymph nodes as well in these areas. If you've had any removed, then you know how important this is as well. So we're going to do one more back. You can do 5 to 10, and we're going to do about 5 forward. But you can go all the way up to 10 if you're doing this on your own or you want to keep going afterwards. So just nice big motions. I like to also exaggerate it, bringing them up, forward, and down. So they go back, up, forward, and down, back, up, forward, and down. And last time, back, up, forwards, and down. I find that giving it a little bit more push just helps to really relax that muscle once you finish. Another variation of the shoulder rolls that we can do, maybe hands on the shoulders if that range of motion is available to you. And the elbows are going to be doing a little bit more of the circles out to the side. So it circles forward with the nose. We're going to draw circles with the elbows. These can be small or big. So if you bring the elbows forward and bring them as high as you can up towards the ceiling, then open out to the side and down. up, around, and down. So again, the range of motion might be smaller. You might be down here, totally fine. It should still feel really good, really nice, being mindful of your edge, right? So a stretch on the tissue, let's do 5 in the other direction. Stretch on the tissue is okay. There shouldn't be any pain, but I like to tell my patients that there is an edge to a good stretch, and that's okay. You want to feel the edge, you want to breathe into it, because that's how the tissues and fascia are going to get lengthened. We got one more. I talk too much and then I forget about my numbers, but there's always somebody counting for me, so that's always a bonus. So we're going to relax the arms down by the side. We've done our shoulder rolls, and now we're going to focus on the wrists and the hands. Maybe I'll just change my legs again just for fun here. So again, just always a good idea to check in on your position. And your arms are going to come out in front of you, depending on the range. They can be down here. They can be out in front. You're going to start to roll the wrists. So mine are going, well, one's going clockwise, one's going counterclockwise. It's just one of those things that you don't think about. I'm just going to roll those wrists. I never thought about that before, actually. Which direction are they going? And we're going to do 5 to 10 of those. And getting some nice cracks in the wrist. Moving things around here, nice stretch. And I'm going to go the other way for 5 to 10. If you haven't noticed yet, Pilates instructors are not awesome at counting. Good. Okay. Now we're going to flex the wrists, and then you're going to point the fingertips down. You're going to flex the wrists as much as you can and point down. Total of 10 sets like this. That's 3. And 4. And 5. 6. Definitely need somebody here to count for me. Good. So this is going to be also strengthening the forearms. Wherever your range is, that's fine. If you're comfortable out to the side too, flex, let's extend, and flex, extend. Very important. Moving those wrists, helping to keep tissues, fascia, fluids moving out of the arm there. All right. And then we're going to do some fingers. We just, some nice finger pumping here, some hand gripping and releasing. So you're just going to grip the hands together and then reach the fingertips nice and long, spread the fingertips. Flex and reach. Good. So you make a fist and then you open the palms, shoulders are relaxed, and reach, flex, and spread the fingertips. One more with the fist and spread. So you can repeat that one up to 10 times as well. So for me at least, my arms, my upper body's feeling nice and warm. The last thing we're going to do is just a little bit of range of motion for the rib cage and the torso, right? It's all connected as we're working up through the shoulder, the arms, and the chest wall. So we're just going to start with some gentle rotation. So you're going to take your left hand and place it on your right knee. Take your right hand and just place it gently behind you. So my fingertips are just touching on the floor and my arm is relatively in line with my spine. I'm going to just gently rotate my spine and take my gaze over to the right side. Nice stretch here. And we're just going to inhale and exhale for 2 sets here. So nice inhale to lengthen the spine. And nice exhale. Feel the shoulders relax. Big inhale, reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And a nice exhale. And bring it over to the other side. So the right hand is going to bring itself to the left knee. The left arm is going to go behind. Fingertips are going to touch. Nice and relaxed rotation. So I'm not pushing myself any further today in this video anyway. We're just looking for gentle stretch and range of motion. So just go where you can. So maybe you're just looking over your left shoulder here, looking to the left side. I'm still lengthening, so my bum is rooted to the floor. I'm still trying to get taller through my spine. Let's take 2 deep breaths. And out. In, think about breathing in through the sides of the ribs. A nice exhale. Bringing it back to the front. So we're going to do a little bit of chest or rib mobilization here. So we're going to just bring that rib cage forward. So it's small, but you're just pushing that rib cage forward, maybe lifting that sternum up towards the ceiling. Then I want you to go the opposite. So you're bringing that rib cage back. You're rounding through the low back. Maybe I'll turn to the side here. So I started off by pushing those ribs forward, and then I'm going to push those ribs back, abs engage here. I'm going to let that low back open. I'm going to come forward and lengthen, maybe look up gently towards the ceiling, and coming back. Nice mobilization on the spine here as well. Got my hands on my knees. They're helping to press me forward, and then they're going to help to hold me here while I sink back. So no like picture perfect way to do this, just do what feels right for you. And then after that, we're going to go through a little side to side. So that was about 3 repetitions. You can do about 5 to 10 of those if they feel good. So we're going to take the ribs and we're going to think about the pelvis staying very still, and those ribs are going to go over the edge like a block. It's just going to shift off to the side. And then we're going to go over to the left. So just gentle range of motion. And back to the right. My hips are staying still. They're not necessarily shifting over to the opposite side. And back to center, going left. And center one more time, right. And then over to the left. Back to the center. So we've gone forwards, backwards, and side to side. So now we're going to sort of smooth out the edges and do some circles. So this is going to be really great for that full range of motion. It'll be a really nice stretch and just help to warm up the tissues as well. So let's say we go forwards, to the right, to the back, to the side, and then come back forward. Let's keep going to the right, to the back, to the left, and then forward. Let's do 2 a little bit quicker and smooth it out. So we're stirring that rib cage back, side, and forward. Go back to the right, back, side, and forward. And then we're going to go the other way, of course. So slow it down first for 2 repetitions. Let's go forwards. Bring that chest forwards. Again, nothing perfect about it. You're going to go to the left. As long as you can feel that stretch and that movement, go to the back, the right, and forward. Go to the left, back, right, and forward, and smooth it out 2 times. So left, back, right, and forward. Make a circle, left, back, right, and forward. Wonderful. So that concludes the whole rolling sequence from the neck, the head, the shoulders, the wrists, and the ribs and the torso. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want you to let me know in the comments below what you loved, what you didn't love, what you want to see next time. And until next time, stay strong.